truly enormous roof, Batman! Hello there, my little Mad Hatters, and welcome back to Build with the Boys. We now have Hachette's Build the Batmobile Tumbler, number 58. And in this one, we are building the roof. They say build. It's one screw. We're putting one screw into the roof. That's it. But we've got a lovely big roof. So we're not ending this month with a bang. We're ending it with a whimper. But it's a really big piece. I don't know. I don't know. And as I said, we will have a tumbler left at the end of it. I don't know who decided on the order this stuff's coming out in, but it's very unusual. In the next one, we will be building roof supports. So when the next pack comes, we're building roof supports for this. So at least we are continuing with the roof. Good stuff. But then we're going weird detour. I'm doing ailerons and kind of the fins. For where, I don't know. I don't know if we do the ones on the roof, don't know if we do the ones on the tail. Don't know. Couldn't tell you. But we'll find out, and it'll be fun finding out. At the end of this one, we were talking about what ultimately became of Justice League Mortal, what the original plans were long-term for it, and how it was or didn't affect the Dark Knight. Without further ado, let's get this one open, let's get this one built. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. Okay, so here is 58. This is a big old box. Let's get this piece out. So there should be bits that I don't want to lose. There we go. Right, so there's the two little bits there. And this is, I think, way more box than it needed. Yeah, it was way more box than it needed. But this is our roof. It's lovely. It's got beautiful curvature to it. But, yeah, okay. Now, this is light work, man. I mean, it just is, right? So we have in here a piece that's going to attach to the roof. And there's this piece here, that's plastic, and it's going to be held in with a single BP screw, which are these here. What are they calling this piece? I don't even tell you what that is. Support. Support one. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a creative name. Support one. All right. So where is this going to go? Well, it's going to go right here. So it's going to fit in there. I'm going to screw it in place. Now, is that got a shaped lug? No, it doesn't. That's just got a round. That's how we're going. Okay, so we're going to go on there like that. I'm going to screw it in place. Right, so I'm going to load the screw up and we're going to get this done. So holding that support in place, use the single BP screw, go in from the top here. I'm just going to screw down into it. Now, again, don't over screw this because it's plastic. You don't want to bore it out. So that's that one pretty much done. I'm going to adjust that slightly. Just loosen this because I want that as straight as possible. Now, I would imagine... Yep. I would imagine there's going to be another 1, 2, 3 of those. So why not just give them to us now? But that's what it is. So that is how we're now looking. That is it. Do we mock up? Do we mock up? Should we do a mock up? Do you want a mock up? Yeah, like a mock up. Let's do a mock up. So mocking it up, that's kind of where we are now. Naturally, this front panel's all over the place. That's not where it's going to go because we're going to have a lot more built up over here. None of this is going to be exposed. All this gets covered up all along here. So this won't look like that, but that's where it's going to go. And now the piece we just built, that is where that's going to go. And that attaches underneath it. So you have that going on. And yes, it's meant to look like the cape. And the reason why that's there, why the front is supposed to look like the cowl. Naturally, there's been more built to bit on. This is just the mock-up, so don't lose your minds. This is purely how it's going to look, where it's going to go. So you can kind of get an idea. And again, when you say we haven't built much, look how much you've built, man. It's just not together. You've built loads. It's not, we've not really done much. We've done loads. Look at it. Look at it. Get the top down for you. That's kind of what we've got going on. But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. So you can get an idea. I mean, we keep saying we've not done much. We've done loads. We've done a lot. You just haven't bolted it together. If it was all bolted together, this is the thing. If that whole frame had been screwed together at this point, everybody would be really happy with it, wouldn't they? And it's like, but it hasn't. So it's fine. Relax. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's looking nice. I mean, when I'm looking at what you've just seen, I'm looking at in front of me right now, and I'm liking how it's looking, man. I am. Now, naturally, those parts aren't exactly where they're going to go, but it's to mock up and get an idea. That's where that goes. That's where this sits. That's where this sits. So that roof piece, a lot of people do this. No, it doesn't go on the front. It goes on the back. So the engine cover will screw to that, and that creates one piece basically. And that's how that works. I think it looks lovely. I do. If you are just seeing around the build instructions, thank you for stopping by. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. For those of you sticking around for a bat chat, the death of Justice League Mortal. So Justice League Mortal at this point, it hasn't been completely, no, it's definitely dead. It's still kind of, yeah, maybe, we might, we're looking at it, we're looking at our options, possibly, we might, maybe, one day, who knows. When I think everyone knew the writing was on the wall for it, particularly when Dark Knight hit massive at the box office. I mean, we forget just how big that movie was, because since then, a lot of Marvel films have come out that have eclipsed its box office. But when Dark Knight came out, it was huge. Not only that, at the same time, Iron Man is now out in the world, and the Marvel universe is starting to take a hold. So you're going to have to bring your A game if you're going to do anything, because Marvel are now emerging as a legitimate contender. So Warner Brothers get cold feet, they just pull the plug. That's it. And instead they've decided they like the idea of the Justice League, but we're going to do individual movies of the Justice League characters. They said, so what we're going to do is Nolan's movie can continue running. This isn't a bad idea when you hear it, right? So Nolan's movie can continue running. We'll start releasing Justice League characters, but we won't start with Superman or Batman. We'll start with the lesser characters, get those over. And then by the time we get to somewhere we need to introduce a Batman or a Superman, the Nolan trilogy will be over, then we can choose Batman and Superman. So you think, well, there's a logic to that finally. But then this is where it gets weird. They decided that because of what Marvel were doing, at this point Marvel have kind of shown their hand and said they're doing the Avengers. Because of that, they've then decided that they want a shared universe. Now, these days, everything's going to be a shared bloody universe. I don't know why. There's nothing wrong with standalone movies. But they want a shared universe. So they decide they're going to redub Dark Knight, Batman Begins as Action Comics 1, Batman Begins. And then Dark Knight is going to be Action Comics 2, Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight. And then Action Comics 3 was going to be the now announced Green Lantern starring Ryan Reynolds. And that's going to be a massive hit and everyone's going to love it, aren't they? You see where we're going with this. That's all for Justice League Mortal, unfortunately. That was the end of it. That's gone. No more. Because they were going to go full steam ahead with individual movies, starting with Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern, which is going to be a mega hit. We'll talk more about Dark Knight. So in the next one, we are finally arriving at Dark Knight, which is a lot of people's favourite Batman movie. We're going to be talking about the Dark Knight. So in the next 6, pure Dark Knight focus, and we'll go into how that came to be, and also how everybody hated Heath Ledger being the Joker. You forget that, but when it was announced Heath Ledger was going to be the Joker, people were enraged. They weren't happy about it. Well, the guy from 10 Things I Hate About You is going to be the Joker. No one was happy. No one was happy. They were very angry. Nobody could beat Jack Nicholson's performance of the Joker. That's what was being said. But we'll talk about all that in the next ones. They will be coming up in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Give or take, 2 to 3 weeks. But that's all for this one. We'll be back on Building the Boys with a lot more. So we've got a bunch of Disney Doll's House coming up. We've got Titanic coming up. We've got Lancaster Bomber. We have a lot of little wooden model builds. We've got some brick builds. We've got some just odds and sods coming up. Tune in for those. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. Helps the channel massively, and we really do appreciate your support. That's all from me. In a world we can be anything at all, just be nice. And remember, until next time, Gotham needs us.